Hey everyone, you're watching Soundwaves TV. Here we are. It's Shasta, Dennis, and Steve. And by the way, I will have you know, Steve, the other day I was having a drink with a friend and I forced them. I'm like, no, you put it down first. And I haven't even seen the damn show. I don't even know why I'm doing that. I just know that you make me do it.
Oh, the Ted Lasso?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
you know?
right.
I do as I'm told. Look at me, being a good girl.
I'm just pulling the strings here.
You were just talking about how you're a rules girl.
I am a rules girl.
Say, how are we enjoying season 8 so far?
I mean, obviously.
You know.
I can't believe it's season 8.
Hey, you know, I'm really excited that our top 5 is actually getting a little traction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and good idea on your part. That was your little brain fart.
Aw, shucks. We all come up with great ideas. But what I'm saying is...
I was going to say brainchild, but then I went with brain fart because it felt right.
It's more of a Shasta thing.
It is.
It's more of a Dennis thing. I mean, I brain fart more than I brain anything else. So, you know.
So what were we talking about?
Yes.
I have no idea. Anyway, the top 5 is really... it's one of our ways to further expose artists that you need to know about.
Yeah, well, we're taking that and running with it because nobody else really is, including MTV, which is almost entirely gone. There's a lot of things.
That's a great segue.
I mean, I kind of impressed myself with that one.
Yeah.
That was good, right?
That was good. Yeah. So we all know, okay, let's get the jokes out of the way. MTV doesn't play videos anymore. Okay, we've heard them. But I think we're going to talk about something a lot more dire, and that's the fact that...
Dire? In 2025, you say? No.
Right. It'd be really easy to just go, how dare Viacom start popping off and getting rid of all of the MTV channels and BET channels and old man shakes, whatever. But here's how it works. When you have cable subscribers and you're charging $200 or whatever, a couple of bucks here and there across the entire country goes to fund those offshoot channels. That's the way it's always been.
Right.
Pardon me. Cutting the cord. We're all cutting the cord, which means less dollars coming in.
Right.
So those big corporations have to make choices.
Sure.
So they're like, well, maybe the FXX that doesn't need to be a thing anymore. And that's true. You know, the FXX was a FX shoot off.
Yeah.
You know, MTV Classic, BET, whatever.
Yeah.
And so now they're kind of taking those fringe channels and they're doing away with them. Mm-hmm. To which I say this. When a corporation, here I go again. How many friggin' times am I going to say this? When a corporation buys all these entities up, and all of a sudden you go from now there's this one company that owns 1,000 channels. Mm-hmm. Guess what? At some point that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. That's going to happen. What suffers? Art suffers. MTV suffers. BET suffers,
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, everybody's beholden to, we got to make more money this quarter, which means anybody who once was a music fan now has to watch reality shows. And now 20 years later, we get to watch those channels go away. Ain't capitalism great?
It is. I knew we'd wind up.
I'm done.
No, don't be done. Don't be done.
I'll never be done with this one.
Here's the truth of the matter is I actually learn a lot from you on this topic because you pay close attention. You're very knowledgeable about this stuff. And I feel like over the years, I've really learned to get it a little bit more. I mean, although, I work for a corporation. Well, you do too, actually.
Sure. Yeah.
So, it's tricky because, I got to be super careful what I say here. So corporations do have to make money, and that I understand because they have to keep people like us employed. Okay,
right, sure.
fine, got it. But when you go to the top tier and you see things like gigantic bonuses,
sure,
and that's where people like me, who even try to not even take up for corporations necessarily, but try to understand their plight, go, crap. I get, what can you say about that?
Right.
And then in your case, like what you're saying is the art suffers. All those things go away. And we talked about like MTV News in particular.
Yes.
That is a biggie because it is a historical piece of content that we need for the rest of time.
And these channels were created for a reason. They didn't just appear out of nowhere. There was a market for it. There was a reason for it. MTV itself and like MTV News or anything, there was a reason for it. And yes, things are going to evolve and things are going to change and culture is going to shift around. MTV becomes VH1, where your videos. I get it. But yes, the problem is all the way up at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Because the money that went to creating this, and it's hard to think of something like MTV as a niche network.
Yeah.
But it kind of is.
Yeah.
That's for an audience. And it's not enough anymore to create something for specific audiences. It's all got to be under the umbrella. It's all got to, take a look at Disney and what they're doing with all the stuff they're buying up, the Star Wars things.
Right.
They're just creating kind of Amazon just taking over the James Bond franchise.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, we're going to see ads pretty soon for James Bond Jr., a 15-year-old exploits and blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
No, not at all. And that's the problem, because all they're doing now is they're grabbing these IPs and they're trying to figure out how they can squeeze every last little bit of juice out of them before they toss it away. Not realizing, because they're just looking at today. They're looking at this quarter. They're looking at this year. They're not looking at what this franchise is going to mean historically down the road.
Yeah.
Because history doesn't mean shit to these people.
Yeah.
Art doesn't mean shit to these people.
Yes.
And that's the problem. It's the death of art because of, yes, make a living, make a money, make a buck off of, something. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But God damn it,
There's limits in greed.
You just reminded me of that scene in Goodfellas when they're talking about there's that one place and things go in the front and they go out the back, and you know what? Once you've gotten everything you need to get out of it, what do? You light a match.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's exactly what we're talking about
yes,
here.
exactly.
Very well said.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unfortunately,
Thank you,
I feel.
Goodfellas.
I mean, yeah, I know, right? When you're going to Goodfellas for your
Man,
references, it is a dark time we're living in.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. All right, so back to the top 5 really quick.
Yeah.
Very, very excited about it. It has taken the internet by storm. So make sure you check them out. We're sharing them. We're tagging bands.
Right.
I want to make sure that we say they're in no particular order.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
So feelings don't get hurt.
Yeah.
But shall we get into it?
I think we shall.
Okay, we're going to check out our Soundwaves top 5. Here we go.
These are the top 5 artists and songs you need to add to your playlist in no particular order. Nikki O'Neal, Newcomer Blues.
Newcomer blues. Got stamps in my passport, a new home to lose. Common culture sure seems grand. My fate was in my hands.
Swimmers, Brand New Lungs. Black Map, Hex, Come Get It.
Come get it! Come get it! Come get it! Come get it! Come get it!
Tim Narducci, Autopilot.
I wanna fly on around with you. Is this the best you can do? I wanna fly on around with you.
Frantic Romantic, Beyond the Digital Sky.